Hey y'all, it's been a while. I did a video the other day, but I was at the range and it was early in the morning and it was balmy. It was so balmy that you couldn't see nothing. It was just fogged over on the glass. So the name of this little video is the P320 safe again and again and again. I have my original P320 that I was issued, and this was retired to me, and I have this P320 that I'm currently using at work. This one is a California compliant, so it's a M18 model. You've seen these before in my videos, if you've watched my videos, which if you do, thank you very much. I don't know why you would, but I appreciate it. It's the 3P, good Lord. Is the P320 safe? The answer is, unfortunately, no. With a asterisk, a caveat, or whatever. I personally, I've carried both. I've carried this well over a decade. I've been carrying this for about 5+ now. I've got thousands of rounds to this thing, both in qualifying and going to the range, because if I can get a chance to go to the range, I'm shooting. It's a stock. It's never been altered, nothing. The only thing this has been done is when the recall for the drop safety, those guns that we originally had went back to Sig and they gave us these. Okay. Good high count, good round count of firing on this gun. Never had any problems. But it's over. It's done. The Sig needs to get a headstone and say RIP Sig P320 and go bury it in the backyard somewhere. Can they fix the problem? I don't know. I still say that the majority of these guns that are going off on a high count being human error, a human factor involved in it. Such as, and I don't, hey, God bless the family. I'm sorry that Airman's life is lost. He took his holster off his belt, the QLS. He took it off and he set it down. The gun went off. Well, how did he take it off? Did he cut the holster and press the two forks in and push it out, or did he cup the holster with the left hand, if he's right-handed, and move the gun up and off his belt with his master grip? Did his finger get in the holster? Did it go boom, boom, bang, bang? Okay? Don't know. Maybe we never will. But as for me, with the two that I have, I've never had any issues. Now that doesn't mean that it won't shoot you in the foot tomorrow. Okay? And I'm very happy to see the stupidity of YouTubers screwing around with these guns, trying to make them fire by pressing on the top of the slide while manipulating here's the trick now. You're still putting your finger on the trigger. You're still bringing it back to the wall all the way and then hitting it or something. Guess what? All strike fire handguns will do that. Now we're seeing multiple videos of strike fire handguns being done the exact same way by this Wyoming YouTube channel, and we're seeing all these strike fire handguns go off. So what do you guys want to do now? And I'll say this too. Way to go being a little bit without thought. If you think the anti-gun groups are not going to use these videos of us sticking screws in here or strapping the gun with a zip tie and then tapping the top and making it go off on its own like that, if you think that they're not going to use those videos in court, you better think again. You think it's going to just stop with the Sig P320? I guarantee you it's not. It's going to stop once they have got the guns to where they have to follow such a stringent category of quality control and safety that the guns will probably be 1,000 plus to afford, if not more. So way to go. Keep doing those videos and give them more to use against us who wish to exercise our Second Amendment rights. Okay? Think about that. Think before you do. Like, I don't do those videos. I'm not going to. I'm not feeding the beast. I'm just saying, for me, for what I've done with these guns, I've never had any problems with them. Now, my department will be ending, it's the month of August. So my guess is by the end of August we will have all issued Glock. And I'm sorry, I'm getting to where I don't know shit about guns as far as the numbers go. Okay. The Glock 45 MOS, I think that's what it's called. So anyways, here we go. We're getting rid of these and we're going to the Glock. What are we going to do with these? We're going to keep them. I dang sure ain't letting this one go. I retired this gun. This gun's going to go with me in the incinerator box. That's my reward for my service and my pain that I deal with every day. So what's going to happen is these weapons are, from what the chief said, they're going to go to the armory. They're going to stay there. And now we're not a big agency, okay? So these large agencies that are paying $40,000 and $50,000 to arm their entire PD with brand new sidearms, that sucks. So guess what? A small PD is the same way. It sucks. Every guy on my police department loves the 320. Never had no quarrel about it, no iffies, no nothing. So that puts me in a little bit of a quinky dinky, a little bit of a problem here, because all I got are 320s and 1911s. They're not going to let me carry a 1911 because of the hammer being caught in the lock. It scares people. I know. I'm not going to say anything else. I know. So I can't carry this. I can't carry that. And I don't want to shell out the money for a Glock. The reason why is because I purchased, prior to the end of our SIGs, I purchased another pistol in the hopes of qualifying with it. Now, to give you a little bit about my background, I am still serving a police officer. I'm a school resource officer. I'm suffering from bone disease in my back, in my spine, and down my hips. And I'm suffering from nerve damage in my legs and in my spine from service as a law enforcement officer. My spine is fractured, compressed. It's screwed up. So my pain level every day is usually about a 3. It's about a 3. Sometimes it's a 5. And I don't do anything to drop the pain out except take Tylenol. I don't like pills, man. I don't like medicine. So I had no intent of buying a gun until a buddy of mine said, hey, take a look at this. I hate micro compact guns. Can't stand them. I am not a friend of them. The smallest gun for me, what I consider compact, is this. However, due to my injuries and what I go through, weight is a concerning thing. You got the weight of the gun, with the light, with the optic, with the ammo, with the holster, with the belt, with the blah. So one day, and if you go back and look at my previous videos, you'll see this. So I went to the gun shop and took a look at it, and I was immediately like, oh yeah, I can deal with this. So they're going to let me carry the Sig P365 fuse. Okay, lightweight handgun, still gives me an optic, still gives me a light. I just got to get a duty type of retention holster, which I do have. It's a Safari, but it's not rated as a duty holster. Come on, guys. If you're telling me that that's not a duty weapon, I don't know what is. I mean, hello. We're not talking about a 3-inch little snub nose here. But anyways, I'll be carrying this. But I want to tell you this. This gun will do exactly what that gun will do. Tell you something else. Your Glock will do exactly what that gun will do. Your CZs will do exactly that. Your Hellcats. All of them will do it because they're striker fire handguns. I'm a little under the weather, guys. Sorry. They're striker fires. Striker fire means cheap. Striker fire means multi-production. Striker fire means the future, not the past of 226s and 229s and Berettas where it's got a decocker, and when you decock it, literally the decocker rolls dead in front of the firing pin to the hammer, and you see the hammer go back just a little bit. Okay, so I don't know. Those guns are great, and I would have no problem carrying a DASA, but there's more parts. There's more to do with it. There's more in it. There's less in these. Okay, so you boys out there that are attacking the 320 and attacking Sig, think about what you're doing before you start flaying 320s and Sig. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying in the way it's being done, it might not be the smartest thing. Because all we're doing is feeding an industry that hates these. We're feeding a George Soros industry that nationally and internationally are trying to get these out of these hands. Out of your hands. Gun grabbers. The Mondansani guy in New York and all that AOC mess. If you don't think that they won't use these videos that we're putting out where we're racking the gun and we're putting our fingers on the trigger when we do this, guys, come on now, and then pressing on the slide and the sear unlocking and the hammer going forward, you're just feeding the beast. Stop feeding the beast. If there's issues and if there's problems, I think there's a better way we can address that. Sig is not a bad company. Now, Sig's not what they used to be, but nobody is. When I was a kid, you couldn't walk up to a Sig table unless you had some money. Okay? Well, Glock changed all that. Can they fix the issues of the P320? I think they can. The question is, the question is not whether you will accept it or not, because for some reason adults are just like 3-year-olds. We make up our mind and that's it. The question is, how fast can they redeem themselves and on this design? Somehow they have got to come up with, and the only way I can think of it is a thumb safety, but then again, I'm a 1911 nut, is a thumb safety to where when you activate the thumb safety, something goes up in front of the firing pin to where if it does release, it strikes that that block. Okay, that's the only way I can think of that they can fix this, and they may be able to fix it quick. Maybe slop has got something to do with it. I don't know. I've always thought the fire control unit wasn't a problem. It was somewhere in the firing pin mechanism. It was in here. So if they could get this fire control unit to mate better, talk better, you know what I'm saying, work better with the firing pin to where somehow it's blocking that firing pin from going forward, you got a fantastic sidearm. Would you have to pay money on that? I don't know. Me, if they said you got to pay $200-300, I'd work some extra hours somewhere and get the $300 up and send them one at a time and get it fixed. I would pay that. Will people, buy 320s? I don't think so. I've been to several gun shops in my area and outside my area, and every one of the gun shops will not take a 320 used. 3 or 4 of them said they are not even taking 320 orders from Sig. Like, their inventory on the 320 is what they got, and they're trying to get rid of them. So it's over and done with. Now, you boys that got 320s, I know it's a sad thing, but I would not sell your 320. 1, you're not going to get your investment. 2, nobody's going to buy it unless you're a 320 nut. Hello, I'll buy it. So, meaning, I'll buy parts. I'll buy a slide. But I don't want another gun. I got plenty of guns. But the moral of this story is Sig is at fault. Period. The end story. Sig's at fault because I think they had it in their head that they're going to let the gun speak for itself. And you can't do that because it ain't got a brain. It ain't got a mouth, it ain't got a voice. You got to speak for it. And I don't think they did. And I think they just went on and on and on and just let it keep going. After the airman died, according to what I have read, and what you read sometimes, I'm going to trust and verify. I can't verify this. Sig put a halt to about 18,000 of these slides for service going out, but not the fire control units, the slides. And I think the slide is where the Achilles heel lies in the gun's design. So hopefully they get it fixed. But any striker fire handgun will do what this one is doing. The only thing is, this one is getting all the heat. It's getting all the hate. It's getting all the play. Why? The only thing I can think of is because there's so many out there. The only other competitor is Glock. And I'll tell you a Glock story. From my experience with Glocks. We had there was a department down the road from where I'm at. An officer was involved in something. And thank God it didn't get to the point where a trigger had to be pulled. Because if it had, he'd been dead. Back then, they were carrying Glock 21s. Big old 45 babies. The gun locked up. The gun would not fire that round off. The gun would not even move the trigger. And not only that, the gun could not even eject the dang round, the live 45 cartridge round inside the gun. They had to box this thing up, send a live gun back to Georgia to get fixed. When Glock first came out, the Glocks were exploding. When Glock first came out, they had all kinds of little issues with them, all kinds of little problems. And I've seen Glocks explode. I've seen, I've seen 2 AKs blow up. I've seen 3 ARs blow up. I've seen one Remington 700, just beautiful, special purpose rifle. Like a counter sniper kind of deal. God, Remington 700, beautiful, beautiful weapon. I've seen that thing turn into a paperweight. I've seen, of course, we've seen Berettas blow up. We've seen Berettas blow or activate or whatever the hell you call it, but not with my own eyes. Let's see what else. I've seen Glock. Oh, I've seen Beretta. I've seen a Beretta blow. It was a 92. Squid round. So I really don't put that on the gun. But you get what I'm saying. These are machines and crap happens. You just have to be doing your part, your diligence, and to make sure crap don't happen to you. So we're about 20 minutes into this, getting long in the tooth. I will try to post this tonight maybe, but yeah, it's a done deal, fait accompli. We'll just see what happens now with Sig and their company. The Army, you'll know it's really bad if the Army puts a full stop on the 320 and literally pulls the contract. Because, I mean, what the hell is Sig going to do? You know what I mean? They're not going to be able to fight that. So, there's more litigation for the Sig. And now we'll see what the other court cases cost Sig. But I think they will fix this. They'll come up with some design. And they'll do a recall. And I'm very anxiously waiting for that to happen, so I can send this off and get it back. If you don't like SIGs, hey man, I understand. I'm not a Glock guy. I think they're great guns. I've shot 17s, 19s, 22s, 21s. I've shot that 45 model because that's the same gun my son carries. But it goes right back to, if you put your stupid finger on that trigger and you start manipulating it, the gun's going to go off because your stupid finger's on the trigger. That's why you take your finger off the trigger and you don't mess with it. I don't care what Mr. Wyoming is doing. I'm not negative. I'm not positive for it. I think what he's doing is the wrong way to go. And if you look at the FBI report, and I've read the thing 4 times, in the conclusion, they still can't say that they can prove that the gun uncommanded discharged in the holster. They can make it uncommanded discharge because they did that. But they had to manipulate pressure and all the stuff that goes on with you doing this and press here and press there and put the sear in it. I mean, if they're saying that this gun will go off because of the everyday use and the wear and tear of a sidearm that a law enforcement officer or a soldier uses, that's an easy fix. All Sig has to do, if I was Sig and I would do this, I would get on the phone and I'd get Ben Stoker and all the other guys that just crap on Sig, and rightly so. I'm not defending Sig. I'm just saying there's a way to do things I think better. Fly them out to their production and give them the blank check to go through the entire place to see how these things are actually built, except for sensitive areas. And then let them go in the armory and pick 30 of these SIGs and let them put a dummy cartridge in those things and set that gun, let them do it, set that gun in vices that vibrate. Demonstrating running, demonstrating jogging, demonstrating walking, demonstrating getting up, getting down, vibrate the crap out of these things for an entire year, and let the world. I mean, shoot, man, there's cameras that you can go to watch eagles fly, bald eagles in Alaska and all kinds of stuff. If they can do it, you can do it with a gun, and let them see the process of this gun go through the vibration test. And when one pops off, immediately stop the test. Take that gun off the line and show the world why it did it. And then SIG would get a better response from people rather than attacking us, the consumer, because they have, which is stupid. But it's over and done with, and I hate it. I hope to have some other videos directly, maybe. You know, I honestly try to do videos, guys, but it is hard to do. But anyhow, be back directly.